opened up 10 new beds at the orphanage. So we now have 8 new children in the last 2 weeks. So let's just think about that for a minute. They have 8 new children, okay, and this is not a crew of staff come in every 8 hours, rotate through staff members. These are committed folks. Some of them, 3 of them live at the orphanage. The others are there. Some come to work 7 days a week. So pray for them, pray for the kids who are welcoming in the new ones. And I know some of you have been foster parents, adopted parents, and can relate and appreciate their prayers. So the shoebox drive. I have the example set up over here. The age range is from 3 to 18. A lot of times kids in Haiti don't start school until they have an opportunity as an older child. Our oldest 2 at the orphanage are 20 and 19, I believe. But they're sophomores in high school because they didn't start school until they were 10 and 9 and 10 whenever they came to the orphanage. So we do just make sure that the older kids get to. I'm gonna send this bread basket around and take a roll if you'd like to. I'll talk about those rolls in just a minute. I have an example of the boys 16 to 18 box up here because I know that can be tricky. That's the boys, older boys especially, are trickier to buy for. So inside the box that has the duct tape on it, that box is all done up like you would hand over your finished box, but it's a see-through box. You can turn it over and see the examples in it. And then out here are some things that you can easily see. If you, there are tags up here to take that you can affix to your box to make that easy for you. There's a flyer here on the Shoebox Ministry. The details on the items, suggested items are on the back. I want to tell you, is our logo up there. And then if I could have the picture of Mirlin put up. I'm going to tell you about Mirlin. And so this young lady obviously has a beautiful winning smile. And she's standing on the top of the orphanage building. It's my what's that place called? My happy place. When I go down, which I try to go down every quarter. Sometimes it's every other month. Sometimes there are things going on, like the president of Haiti being assassinated and the COVID and everything, and I don't get down there for a few months. So, but God speaks to me on this roof. The first floor of this building is a girls' house, and the second floor is the guest house. And then the rooftop is this amazing 360 view. Back there is the ocean, and all around is otherwise an almost 360 view of the mountain ranges in Haiti. Marilyn has a mom and dad. She also has 9 or 10 brothers and sisters. She is from the village of Bayane, where we opened our most recent medical clinic. But it was necessary for Marilyn to join us at the orphanage because she was not able to make it to school out in the village. Marilyn is missing both her feet. She was born, one leg is is from the ankle down, and one leg is just below the knee and down. She's 9 years old, and she is a sweetheart. She is just as sweet as she looks on Switch. She loves to be pushed around on the bicycle and pedal as much as she can, and participate in all things. We are in the process of trying to bring Marilyn to Miami to a doctor there who serves some of the athletes. He has the latest prosthetics available. What's available in Haiti, there are prosthetics available in Haiti, but given the rocky roads and all that, Marilyn's prosthetics kept breaking. She was unable, that's what made it her unable to go to school out in the village, and why we had to bring her in so she could get her education, which is a common, unfortunately, a common way that things are done in Haiti. So the shoe boxes, I just want to point out that the shoe boxes go to the children at the orphanage, the children served who attend Cara churches in Haiti. We get surplus, and we get to share them with orphanages that don't have as many resources as we do. I've been able to be a part of the team that goes down and distributes the shoe boxes, and see those other orphanages, and it is definitely the only gift that they receive through the year. And then we're able to share with the neighborhoods as an outreach to the neighborhoods of our campuses. The rolls that came around, those are protein bread that our school children get. There's a food scientist in Atlanta, Georgia, Sue Becker. She has the bread Beckers. They're a co-op. Any buddy who mills their own and bakes bread in this group of mamas. Not enough homeschoolers in here, huh? They came and taught our staff to bake this bread to replace the rice and beans that drive up the sugars in the high sugar, blood sugar that most Haitians suffer with. And so our school children now are used to this protein bread rather than rice and beans 5 days a week during the school year. Besides that, we got to provide jobs in the area and teach skills. So I'm going to cut it off there, and yes.
I have a question. So with the shoe boxes, in order for them to have them in time for Christmas, when
Thank you.
do you want to have something after that?
Thank you. Yes, time is going to be short. So if I'm not mistaken, it'll be the next the next 3 meetings. I looked at that, but they're due November 10th. Okay, they're due November 10th. $7 with each shoebox pays for the shipping, and lots of ideas on the flyer out here. Any questions? I gotta cut it off there, but I'll talk to you guys another time.
Hi ladies, good morning. Is it still morning? Yes, okay. Sorry, I've been up for a bit. I'm really excited to come and share with you guys. Today, I had gone to the missions conference that happened this past weekend, and I met a couple of awesome people. And I wanted to just share briefly the ministry that I'm a part of, and that it's pretty new to Miami. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you a little bit about that. My name is Liz Pino, and I'm the executive director to a ministry called Scarlet Hope. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with it, but basically our mission is to share the hope and love of Jesus to women in the adult entertainment industry. So that includes women in strip clubs, women who have been trafficked, anything that falls under that umbrella. So a little bit about Scarlet Hope. We began in 2007 in Louisville, Kentucky, and we have a couple of sites all over the country, and Miami is our newest site. I'll tell you a little bit about how I got involved with Scarlet Hope. This past summer, actually, I met with the founder of Scarlet Hope, and we met over coffee, and she just told me a little bit about the ministry. And what captivated me was something super scandalous to me, to my ears, that she said. And she shared with me how she had felt the presence of the Lord the strongest while being at a strip club. And I look at her and I'm like, you're crazy, right? Like, how can somebody say something so scandalous like that? And then my second thought was, I'm 100% in. Like, I'm in. Fast forward, I'm now the executive director. Quit my job, everything, because I was just like, well, I put it into prayer first, of course, and the Lord is the one that leads. Please, nobody quit your job today. That should not be the takeaway. So I put it into prayer, and my heart was just so stirred with what Rochelle shared, and with the fact that there's so much need in our backyard, in our city. And I'm just so excited to go ahead and jump on this. So like I shared, the mission of Scarlet Hope is to share the hope and love of Jesus with the women in the adult entertainment industry. And the way that we do that, a lot of the questions that we get asked is, well, how do you get inside the strip clubs? We go in offering a home-cooked meal. We go in offering desserts, gifts, anything that will get us through the door, right? With the sole purpose of it being that we just want to share the love of Christ. I want to share quickly some of the statistics as to why we're here specifically in Florida is with intention and is for a reason. So I want to share some statistics with you just in the country. Let's start there. There are estimated to be 4.8 million victims of sexual exploitation across the globe in a year. 70% of female trafficking victims are trafficked through the commercial sex industry, which includes strip clubs, and that's why we're there. Between 2014 and 2019, the strip club industry in the United States has grown by 4.1% to reach a revenue of $8 billion in 2019. I want to note that unlike drug trafficking, where you buy the product, you use it once, and you throw it away, right? A human being can be sold over and over and over again, which makes for a multi-billion-dollar industry. Florida is the third highest ranking state for human trafficking cases. In South Florida alone, there are over 450 strip clubs, just in South Florida, not including Broward County, not including Palm Beach County. So a lot of the questions that we get asked is, okay, well, why don't these women just leave and go and get sustainable jobs, right? 89% of these women, when asked, said that they wanted to leave, but they had no other means of survival. For someone like me, maybe somebody like you in this room, let's say tragedy were to strike, right? You lose your job, you lose your house, you lose everything. For me, at least, I know I have this net that will catch me. That's my family, my husband's side of the family, my church family, my friends. I have that support that's going to catch me if something like that were to happen. When tragedy strikes for these women, they don't have a net. They don't have anything. So they fall flat on their face and they resort to something like this, right? So this is what Scarlet Hope is trying to do. We're trying to provide that net for these women so that in their situations they can have resources. So the model of Scarlet Hope, what we're trying to do and what we're trying to bring here in Miami, our full model is outreach, discipleship, and career development. So we believe that above anything that these girls can need, above a car, above food, above house, anything, the thing they need most is Jesus. That's number one. And our model is based off of the Great Commission to go and make disciples, right? And we do that through our outreach. We go into the clubs, we go into the strip clubs, and we're engaging with these women, and we're introducing the light, the hope that is Christ, right? Then we have our discipleship program, which is called the Hope for Her program. And in this program, we gather the girls and we do Bible studies with them. We teach them what it is to be a Christian. We teach them what it is to have a relationship with Christ, right? We teach them how to read a Bible. A lot of these women don't even know what a Bible, how to read a Bible. That there's chapters, that there's verses. So we literally start there, right? I want to know also, with the outreach program, I want to be clear, we're not there to rescue. We're not there to grab a woman and like, all right, let's exit and we're taking off. You know, we're there to present them the hope of Christ. And that's it. We're there for the one, right? We can't solve human trafficking, unfortunately, but we're there for the one, right? So we do this, again, by engaging with them in relationship. And if they were to decide to leave, then we're ready to catch them with that net, with the resources. So we do discipleship with them, and then we do career development. We teach them how to have sustainable jobs without having to sell their bodies. Right now, in Miami, we're in that first step, the outreach. Our hope is to bring discipleship and career development through our resource center, which will hopefully be ready within a year. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that. And then I just want to end by sharing a personal story from one of the women that I encountered at one of the clubs. We're going to call her Jill to protect her identity. But Jill, I met her, and it was her first night at the club. She had never done anything like this. It was her first time. Her mom didn't know. And she was just, instantly I was just captivated because she was just so beautiful, right? She was so fresh-faced, beautiful strawberry blonde hair, big blue eyes, big southern accent, right? She was just so cute. And at first it was just girl talk. We were talking about, makeup, and we were talking about our favorite products, and then it got a little bit more intimate. And as she's getting ready, I just asked her what her plans were for her life, what her dreams were. And she shared with me she just wanted to graduate college, she wanted to have her own business, she wanted to have her house, all good things, right? Normal dreams that we all have. And then I look at her and I'm like, well, I'm going to be praying for all that. I'm going to be praying for your hopes, for your dreams, and like Rochelle, how I mentioned the founder, I literally felt the presence of the Lord so heavy at a strip club. Radical, right? And I was just like, I felt my heart just stir for her because she knew, she mentioned to me, she's like, I know this isn't good for me. I know, and I don't want to be here forever. But I have no other choice, right? And right before she's about to go on to perform, I just look at her and I'm like, look, I'm going to be praying for all those plans you have for you, and know that you're loved and you're so special. And she just began to get teary-eyed, and she asked if she could hug me, and I'm like, absolutely. So I just held her, and the last thing I was able to tell her was, Jesus loves you, and I'm going to be praying for her. And she went on. right? And I pray for her every single morning. But like her, there are so many women that just need to be reminded that Jesus loves them, that they are daughters of the living God, you know? And I want to just present the ministry that's right here. We're looking to cover Palm Beach County all the way to Miami-Dade. And we're building that up day by day, little by little. And I just want to present some of the ways that you can get involved. You can definitely participate in our outreach programs. I'll set up here. Is that okay? Yeah, I'll set up right there. With Connect cards, and if you have any questions, we will be hosting an orientation and training on how to do this kind of outreach in October 28th specifically. You can provide the gifts that we send them. Last week we sent homemade brownies to one of the clubs. The week before that it was fruit cups. So you can definitely just say, hey, I want to sponsor an outreach night, and I'll let you know how you can do that. And then also you can pray. Prayer is so powerful. And I can talk to you about intentional ways, specific ways that we can pray. If you wanted to sign up for our newsletter, we send it out every month with just testimonials, maybe some conversations that we've had with some of the women, and just specific ways that we can pray. We're praying specifically that God will open up doors and just guide us to the clubs that He wants us to go to. So I will be setting up over here with Connect cards. I'd love to talk to anyone who has questions, and please just keep us in your prayers. Thank you so much.
Thank you both for presenting on that. I just want to say that our church here at CCC has partnered with Scarlet Hope, and so I wanted for Mops to have a local mission and a global mission. So I'm glad we can help with those things, and I feel like if Mops, we can tackle the things that maybe the church can't, and we can just team up. And I felt like what better day to talk about it than on a day we're centered on kindness. So if you feel like God is calling you to something, I ask that you just speak with these women. They'll be over here when we start getting up to shop. And we have one more speaker, Bree.
Okay, it's more like a story. And I know, like all of you, because you're moms, if you have kids who talk, you probably have the same story. So I was home a lot with my kids during COVID. They were all three, I have 3 daughters, they were all 3 home, and I was home with them, and my husband was not home a lot. He was working a lot. So all day long, Mom, can you help me with this? Mom, where's this? Mom, I'm hungry. Mommy, where's this? Mama, where's this? Mommy, I need this. All day long. Like one day, I literally did tally marks, you guys. Oh my God. 3 kids. I heard mom, mommy, mama, whatever version of it, not exaggerating, 127 times. From when they woke up to when they're just like, Mom, I need this, Mom. And I love being their mom. Don't get me wrong. I love being their mom. But my dear goodness, they were so helpless, it felt like. And so, some things changed, and then my husband was home. And no joke, he would be sitting right there doing nothing. And I would be very busy. Walk past him, come right to me. Mom, I need a fruit snack. You have a dad! Mom, can you tie my shoe? You have a dad. Mom, you have a dad. And a few weeks ago, I got to go on a trip. And I'm picking the kids up from school, and I'm telling them, all right, so you guys, tomorrow, I'm going to take you to school, but then I'm going to get on an airplane, and I'm going to go. Who's going to take care of us? You have a dad. And as I'm living this over and over, God is telling me, Bree, you have a father. You have a dad. You have somebody you can go to. And I just needed that reminder that God is so available to us. And we forget that. We walk right past him. And we go to the things that we have found comfort in over and over. We go to our phone. We go to food. We go to our friends that we can complain with. We go to our bed. We go to the television. Whatever it is, we walk right past him. And he's like, I am your father. I am here for you. And in preparing this thought, I just found a couple quick verses. And sometimes we got to get rooted back because practically, that's how we can go to him. We can go to him through praying to him. We can go to just opening up our Bible or listening to worship music. But the first few verses I just want to share with you. This one is from the book of James, James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. Mom, I don't know how to do my homework. Help me. God, I don't know how to handle today. Help me. And he's there, and he wants to be there. This is from Psalms. Let me tell you, Psalms is all about crying out to God. Psalm 107:27. At their wits' end, they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he brought them out of their distress. Mom, I can't do this. God, I am at my wits' end. I need your help. And he will take you out of your distress. And then finally, James 4:8. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Mom, I just need a hug. God, I just need some love right now. And he's asking you, just draw near. And he is there, and he will comfort. And you get to be the God for your kids for this short season. But you also need to be pointing them to their earthly father and their godly father, because the same promises that he makes to you, he's making to them.
That was awesome. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Did anybody else want to speak or have anything to share before we go over there and shower?
Somebody does. What is it?
We can also open up the mic, and if something just comes to you while we're shopping, just come over here and grab it and say it, because there might be a mom who needs it in here, even if it's just a mom joke. Like if it's a super terrible joke, like someone needs that, okay? So feel free to grab it and talk. In the meantime, you guys can go ahead and shop, eat. I will be playing a video by Tim Tebow, but keep going and shopping.